Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really exciting video. I have finally been able to get my hands on the latest perfume from Ariana Grande, Thank You Next 2.0. So I'm going to be letting you know what this smells like and how it differs to the original Thank You Next that came out a few years ago. If you are new here, then hello, welcome. We are all about perfumes here. I have hundreds and hundreds of other videos just like this, including the reviews of the other releases from Ariana Grande. And I also have my perfume review website where I've done a detailed article on all the different Ariana Grande perfumes and gift sets as well. They have really nice gift sets. And if you're a regular, do check to see if you're subscribed, turn on notifications, and you can subscribe to my newsletter in the link down below, where you can also find where you can buy this perfume and where it is available across the world. So, the Ariana Grande fragrances are some of the most popular best-selling fragrances in the world right now, like most Googled, so huge, and when she releases a new one, they really do sell out. The original Thank You Next came out in 2019, and just like all of her perfumes, pretty much, except for God Is a Woman, recently, they all have this same circular bottle and then a component that they fit into, which I think is actually quite cool, because if you're traveling or you want it in your handbag, you can just, you know, you could just take that and it would fit really easily. But then at home, you know, you can put it back in there and then you could keep that, I guess, for something else after it's done. This original Thank You Next kind of echoed a lot of her previous releases, her original Ari fragrance, Sweet Like Candy, in being a really sweet, like sugar candy shop vibe. So it basically is like a raspberry macaroon, really, really sweet. And then underneath it has a coconut. Now, coconut is amazing for lasting. I recommend perfumes with coconut in all the time. And she uses it in her Ariana Grande Cloud, which is like her most popular, I think. And what that does is it supports that sweet macaroon sugariness to help it last and have good projection. So I do recommend the Ariana Grande fragrances a lot because they are pretty good for lasting and they're very affordable considering how good they last. So if I smell Thank You Next 2.0, I get a sugary raspberry and then that coconut underneath. So it's sweet, it's feminine, it's kind of sexy, I guess. But it's probably more innocent compared to something like Cloud, which really does feel quite sexy. So I was super curious to try this new Thank You Next 2.0. So it obviously is coming in a purple bottle and the lid is transparent, whereas the original has a slightly pink lid. And the same circular bottle has a sort of frosted pearlescent vibe to it, which I really like. So I think I actually prefer this to the original, and this whole light purple vibe sort of fits in with her Rem album and the more like cosmic space vibe she seems to have been going for recently. So the first thing to note is that Thank You Next 2.0 smells nothing like Thank You Next. It doesn't have coconut in, it doesn't have macaroons, it doesn't have raspberry. Instead, this has a wild strawberry and a red apple. Now, wild strawberry is being used more and more in fragrances. It was the main note in last year's Marc Jacobs Daisy Intense. It was in the Kate Spade perfume, and it really is a fruity, fun, light-hearted fragrance note, which here has been mixed with a little bit of wild orchid, so think Euphoria from Calvin Klein. And then there is a marshmallow in the base, which adds some sweetness, but it's not that candy shop sweetness like in original Thank You Next. Instead, the red apple and the wild strawberry really are the main note. So this is a fruity perfume, whereas this is a sugary sweet perfume, so really quite different. I'd say perhaps this is more daytime and then this is more evening. This is more light-hearted, fruity notes more daytime to me, whereas a sexy coconut note, sugary note is more evening time. But they are totally different. So if you've got one, doesn't mean there's no need to get the other, and if you like one, doesn't necessarily mean you'll like the other as well. What I love about this Thank You Next 2.0 is that it is the first one from her that really is focusing on fruity notes. Usually they are all sweet or musky. So I am actually really enjoying this. In terms of lasting power and projection, I find that these two are okay. They're both eau de parfums and they do last. They're not as good for lasting as Cloud or even God is a Woman, but they are okay for lasting, and considering these are around like £30 in the UK, I think they are still good value for money. And of course the bottles are super cute and iconic. But guys, let me know what you think. Have you tried these yet? I will leave links to them down below. I'll also leave links to the Thank You Next gift sets, which are super cute if they're still available. But yeah, let me know what you think and which one you prefer. Who's team Thank You Next? Who's team Thank You Next 2.0? Let me know, I do read all your comments. But that's it guys, so thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.